Welcome to Cooking with Cobb. I'm your host, Jeff Cobb, and today we're going to be making a meat pie without a crust. This is kind of a almost keto. As a matter of fact, it can be keto if you leave the bread out of it. Tonight, though, we're going to be using bread soaked in milk. I've got two nice slices of large bread. I use scala bread, which is a form of Italian bread. And I've soaked it in milk. They've absorbed about a half cup of milk. And that's going to wind up being mixed with our filling. Now, I've got one good size onion that I've cut into about half-inch pieces. I'm going to put this in my skillet. And I'm going to cook them. I just want to cook these enough so that they'll be translucent. It'll take me about 3 minutes to do that, I think. I've got them on medium-low heat. Maybe a little bit better than medium-low heat. And we're just going to watch those while they soften up. Okay, the onions look like they're about set, so I'm going to use this scraper to push them all over to the side so I can put my hamburg in the same pan. I've got about 1.5 pounds of hamburg. The recipe basically calls for about 1 pound of hamburg, but I like it beefy. So I add a little bit more. Okay, I think I've broken up the hamburg pretty well with this gizmo. So I think I'm going to retire it and let this hamburg brown. Okay, it looks like my hamburg is all brown. So I'm going to kill the heat under it, and I'm going to move it over off of the warm burner. Put it right over here. So now comes the fun part. I'm going to put in about 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper and about 1/2 teaspoon of Creole seasoning. And a pinch, just a pinch, a good pinch of parsley flakes. To that, I'm going to add a good teaspoon, a good tablespoon of tomato paste. Get that right in there. We don't want to leave any of that out. And then I've got about 1/4 cup, maybe a little less, of apricot jam. And that's going in there. That'll give it just a hint of sweetness that's going to make the whole thing really nice. Now, I've been soaking my bread. I've been soaking my bread in milk. So I'm going to wring it out more or less, as much as I can. And I'm going to break it up into the pan. This scala bread is going to be really nice in here. I get my last one. My cat's going to like this milk that the bread was soaking in. I have a big old yellow cat that sort of rules the roost here. So now I'm going to fold this all in together. Make a nice mixture of it. The onions and the spices and the tomato paste and the apricot jam. Okay, I've put my mixture here in my baking pan. And as you can see, I'm squishing it down to make it real compact in the bottom of the pan. And I think that looks pretty good. Wait a minute, one more spot there. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to scramble 2 nice farm fresh eggs that my neighbor lady dropped off for me. And then I'm going to put them in the milk. I misspoke earlier. My cat isn't going to get this milk. That's going to be part of the topping. So the scrambled eggs are going to go in the milk. I'm going to scramble it some more to make a really nice emulsion. And that looks pretty fair. So now I'm going to pour this over the top of the meat pie. Look at that. That's working out pretty good. Now I've got about, maybe a half cup of shredded cheddar cheese. I'm going to spread that around the top of it. And I'm going to check to see if my oven's preheated. And it is. So I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees. And I'm going to pop this in the oven. It probably will be about 40 minutes, but I'm going to set the timer for 30 so I can check it. And I'll be back in 30 minutes.